Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be Polt versus Valhalla here on King's Cove, the ladder edition. Bottom right-hand corner, the Red Zerg player Valhalla. And in the top left-hand corner is the Blue Terran player Polt. Alright, so Polt versus Valhalla on the Korean GM ladder should be a good one for you today. Polt is back from his military service, trying to get it back up to the pro level. And Valhalla is the Korean Grandmaster, so maybe he can give everything the Polt... Wait, give everything Polt that... give Polt everything that he can handle. Woo! Alright, so Silverlord scouting. Here is Valhalla, right past the dragon. Well, the dead dragon anyway. Oh, there's diamonds here. I never noticed that before. I figured it was just coins and rings and things, but... those diamonds are sparkly. And what looks like a 1-Rax expand here out of Polt. So nothing weird. Nothing weird for the time being. But hey, did you know you can get one StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void cast bonus per week and one Brood War cast bonus per week by subscribing to Falcon Paladin at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. Did you know that? I posted 2 extra casts up there last week and doing it again this week. Oh, hold on a second. This is very interesting. Double gas. Oh, into a Roach war, and it's going to be a Roach Ravager pressure build here against Polt, and he is not scouting it, you guys. Polt, no. Listen to Twitch chat. You gotta follow your instincts on this. Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Samwise Didier. I'm the guy in the spinning logo when your clan tag doesn't load. True fact, you are Samwise. I like you a lot. You're a good dude. You're an amazing artist. I've loved your art since like 1994 when I saw the Warcraft 2 stuff in your manuals. Just, incredible. 3 roaches on the way. 3 roach rush time for Valhalla. Now, there is a factory coming in for Polt. Tanks can do incredibly well against this if Polt knows that it's coming, but the first hint he's going to have that any aggression is on his way at all is the lack of a natural base in a couple of seconds here. Does he have enough time to respond is the question. As Valhalla, he's got the roaches. He's making them immediately into Ravagers. He sees the lack of a natural and says, oh, let's go home. There's either Speedlings on the way or there are roaches on the way, and I don't want to be involved with either of those things. I am a Reaper. I can't handle any of those things at all. Reactor coming in, so not even a tech lab. I'd honestly make a tech lab here, swap it over to the factory when it completes, get a tank out. A tank does a fantastic job against this very thing. I've had my own Roach Ravager rushes stopped cold because somebody rushed a tank out. Didn't even really scout, just had a tank out early. And I was like, oh, well, that was well played there. But yeah, he's going to let the natural base finish here, upgrading it to an orbital command. The roaches are kind of slow. They're not the fastest units in the game, but they do have that extra damage. They do through their corrosive bile ability, which kind of makes it totally worth it. They're not as fast, but they're incredibly good. Corrosive bile, not available here as the Kitty 8 charge hits those guys. Reaper gets on out. Samwise does not want to die, and you know what? He's going to force a liftoff on this orbital command, I think. I mean, there's a Cyclone in production, but that's not going to be enough. There's the liftoff for sure. And there is a bunker here. This is a really good play from Valhalla. The aggression is real right now. Reactor goes down. Supply depot is going to go down here too. Is Polt going to be supply blocked? He is almost supply blocked. And that barracks might have to lift off too. And it does. It does lift off. As it is technically... Actually, it's not burning at 370. 370 HP. This 3 Ravager rush... the 4th Ravager needs to get involved here. And does that supply block Polt? No, it does not. He's doing a good job not being supply blocked here. 5 Ravagers are present. And Valhalla is in trouble. If that tech lab goes down and there's no tank available, there's a Cyclone here, which is great. Understandably great here. Lock-on going to try to... Oh, doesn't get the Overlord. Forced to move out of lock-on range here. This is so bad for Polt right now. This is incredible stuff out of Valhalla. Honestly, go up the ramp, dude. You can snipe off that tech lab if you just commit up the ramp a little bit. I know there's a bunker full of Marines and that scary stuff. But he's kind of just playing this like Dragoons in the early stages of a PvT in Brood War, where... the Dragoons just basically shoot and cannot be hit because of the range that they have and just forced a lot of repair and a lot of lost mining time off of those SCVs. Tanks up, siege is ready, bam, and there it goes. All right, so at this point, you pull back a little bit. You go ahead and you try to save the Overlord, the Transfuse, trying to make it happen. Oh, the Doctor Transfuse does make it happen. Somehow Valhalla got some queens all the way over here, you guys, and is expanding behind this. So it's a 1 base to 1 base. Arm supply 29 to 22 in favor of Polt right now. It's getting a Banshee, which is just a genius idea. It really is. Banshee here. You can't, I guess, you know what? That's what the queens are for, though. 2 queens will shove away a Banshee quite nicely. Indeed. Lair coming in. Valhalla using his damage to try to get rid of these rocks. Makes it Overseer just in case. Cloak's on the way, and it's not. But there are 2 Banshees coming in. 2 Banshees versus 2 Queens. With Transfuses, the Queens can be fine here. I don't know if they have the energy for Transfuses just because they threw down some Creep Tumors right here with the Overlord pooping Creep. This is an amazing play from Valhalla, and he's taking a 3rd base, sneaking it in the bottom left-hand corner. So this is some serious Zerg aggression right now. I'm not sure how Polt gets out of this thing, if at all, honestly. Additional barracks coming in. Going for a bio-style play, which is pretty good against Ravagers if you have the numbers for it, and even equal value, which I'm not sure that Polt does at this point. That's a lot of Ravagers, you guys. Oh, is he gonna? He's gonna find something to corrosive bile. I don't know what it is. I guess maybe that barracks. Oh, he's trying to take down both of these. Forces to cancel one of the barracks and hits 2 of them. Well, 1 round hits 2, the other one hits 1. And the Banshees are ready to go. Nice. Oh, he's juggling the queens. Holy crap, Valhalla! You're amazing. The 1 queen that he has is juggling really hard. Where's your other queen, though? If you don't get another queen here, you're in a lot of trouble. Corrosive Biles are forcing the Banshees to move. The micro is pretty good here out of Polt. This 1 queen is kind of incredible. I've never seen this kind of queen juggling before out of anybody. And this rando Valhalla is making it happen. This guy's got to be somebody's Smurf, doesn't it? That was amazing. That was incredible stuff here. A Polt cannot expand. There's tons of creep down here. We've got a decent army of Marine, Tank, Banshees. Double Banshee ready to go and all healed up. Anti-air is just not present at the moment. Corrosive Biles killing and supply blocking Polt on that one, losing that supply depot. Look at the queens, though. By queens, I mean still the 1 queen. I'm really surprised Valhalla hasn't brought another queen up here. The dodging is kind of insane. Not that one. He didn't dodge that one, unfortunately. Ooh, Corrosive Biles getting dodged there pretty well by Polt, and the Marine Cyclone Army is here. Oh, Drop Lord goes down. Spire coming in, Roaches in production. It's 29 to 32 workers. And a lot of these units, a lot of these Ravagers are not going to make it home because the Banshees are chasing him down and hitting him the whole time. Overseer gets taken down by a Cyclone. Cyclone's got a kill now. Congratulations. The tumors are getting cleared out here. Polt is trying to get a natural base. He's going to take it up at his 3rd instead, which makes a ton of sense. And Roaches are ready to go. Does he have the queens to handle? Man, this Banshee already has 3 kills, and there's the queen. Yeah. We'll fight you. We'll fight you real good. 3rd sneaky base is here, and it is making overlords. No drones in production for Valhalla. Polt seems to have really stabilized here, and I think we're going to be okay going into the mid-game for him. Where he's got a great army supply, 43 to total of 30 for Valhalla. Marines and tanks are actually really good against Roach Ravager, especially if you're attacking into the tanks in siege mode, as I assume Polt will try to make Valhalla do. Creep spread not been that good. Valhalla is droning up, which maybe not that great right now. But Polt is happily mining on 2 bases. He's got 35 to 30 total workers right now. He's got a Raven in the mix in case he has to kill some tumors or find some burrow roaches or something crazy like Valhalla is trying to do to him right now. Look at the position on that Spire. What? Oh, he was trying to hide it. He was trying to hide the Spire, but as a result, it's just going to die much more easily here to Polt's onslaught. Oh, that hurts. That really hurts if you're Valhalla here. Losing the Spire was a problem. He didn't even make anything with it at all, did he? He was going for a +1 fire attack, but he hadn't made any mutas because this is too many Marines for that anyway. He needs to get some Corrosive Biles on these tanks from this high ground, assuming they're going to hold still long enough. That's what I'm talking about. That is it. 1 tank down. The other one's still alive. If the tanks die, I kind of feel like this Roach Ravager thing might actually kind of work out. Although, again, got to control the queens correctly. Oh, the Banshee goes down. Natural base in a bit of trouble here. These guys all have stim. Auto turrets getting tossed down. And they pick up a queen there. Oh, man, the hatchery ends up exploding in that gout of blood. And Polt is going to massacre these drones back here. Oh, Valhalla. Your opening was good. Your opening was really, really good, but losing your natural base hurts a ton. Lost a ton of drones there, too. 13 drones have gone down in the first 10 minutes, which is not a good number at all. Your saving grace is that you do have a base over here that Polt is entirely unaware of. But Polt has a third base under construction at his natural base location. He's working on Marines. He's getting combat shield. And nothing can deal with this Raven that has 2 kills from the auto turrets. Oh, there's a queen here. All right. What? Almost. Couple more hits. 20 HP on that Raven. So technically, 2 base to 3 base, but Valhalla is double expanding right now, so it should be a 4 base to 3 base. This is a good game. This is a great ZVT. I'm loving this out of Polt for sure. I'm loving this out of Valhalla. The aggression. The aggression and the belief in yourself to do that to somebody like Polt, right? You see this come up on your screen and you're like, oh yeah, I know Polt's laddering these days. I'm gonna do something about this. I'm gonna see if I can kill him early with some Ravagers with a really great build. Walking Queens clear across the map too. Could not quite do it though. And now Polt is in a great position where he has 43 to 29 workers in the advantage against his Zerg opponent. 64 to 56 army supply. He's got that lead too. Overseer trying to run from these Marines, but nope. Marines are some of the best anti-air in the entire game, pound for pound, if not the best, honestly. Too many Roaches and Raptors, though. They do force the lift off. And yeah, I mean, it's just, at this point, Polt is ahead in every conceivable metric. If Valhalla can get a nice couple round of drones off, and Polt leaves him alone long enough, he can take the lead economically on his 4 bases and be okay. He's making 5 drones. He has the resources to make a couple more and the larva to do it here too. So he's not spending all of his money. He's going for drop lords. What are we doing with drop lords here, man? Meanwhile, Marine found hidden base. Nice job, Polt, with a map awareness to see where the secret base is that has no defense at all. Seems problematic. Some free Marine kills over here, though. Or maybe none. Did any of the Marines die? I don't think they did. I don't think any Marines died there at all. Nice job, Valhalla. Trying to pick him off, but Polt, too much skill there, as it turns out. APM 400-ish for Valhalla. What are we looking at? 229 and 300 on average. And yeah, secret base gets found by just a bunch of Marines with stim and combat shield. And the Roaches are going to try to save it here, but the hatchery goes down and the pickup is beautiful again. Man, Polt, he's killed 2 hatcheries so far. Again, just really keeping Valhalla down. Valhalla is on 3 bases. He's got 42 to 49 workers. Polt has just been double pumping SCVs pretty much until his bases are fully saturated-ish. Marines charging into the natural base here. Where is the army? They're out of position. A single Mutalisk was built, but it's gone now. The Queen's getting focused down. The drone's getting focused down. And they need to pick up and get out. This has happened to me before, ladies and gentlemen. Just a Diamond Terran player with incredible medevac control did this to me once, and I just didn't have anything to handle it. I didn't have a Spire out yet. I didn't have enough Mutas out yet. No Corruptors, and just lift and kill, lift and kill, lift and kill. It's just all over the place and really made me hate my life here. So Polt is just abusing the immobility of the Zerg army. And the fact that nothing here can really shoot up. And there's the rage quit as Valhalla sees the writing on the wall. And Polt gets the victory in game 1 of our sneaky Polt 2-fer. Sneaky Polt 2-fer 2V. Nah, TVZ. Both of them. Right? Right. Amazing, amazing, so very, very good. Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. It just came down to Polt was able to hold and hold and hold. He had tanks, he had cyclones, he was on 1 base for a while, so was Valhalla, and Polt recognized that. And as soon as Valhalla was gone, he expanded a couple times. He got some medevacs out, got some Marines with stim and combat shield. That's pretty much all he needed to win the game at the end of things there. 19 drones killed, which is a great number of drones to kill in just the first 12 minutes. 5 Queens went down, 2 hatcheries, a Spire. Meanwhile, only 3 SCVs died and 28 Marines and a couple tanks, and that's about it. So nice job. We'll see how Polt does in game number 2 of our sneaky 2-fer in just a second. Now, game 2 is going to be Polt versus Aventator here on King's Cove, but Aventator plays Terran. He is a Chinese Terran player. He's very, very good. He could be off-racing on the GM Korean ladder, but I don't know. You can do Aventator yourself on the ladder. Anyway, okay, so going to be another TVZ here from Polt. Top left-hand corner is Polt. He's red. And in the bottom right-hand corner is the blue Zerg player, Aventator. Which time, possibly not time. I don't know. I'm unaware of Aventator actually off-racing on the ladder to any extent at all. Maybe he does all the time. Maybe he loves playing Zerg and just Terran is his main, but his Terran is very, very good. I mean, we've seen him really do well against players like Scarlet before. and a laser, and he's just really on the levels of other pros. He is who he is. I like Time quite a bit. He's a fast player too. His APM throughout the end of games is like, it's insane. It's not good now, I don't think. Well, again, this is maybe not Aventator, so maybe that's our clue. This Aventator loves to sit around 500 APM. He's one of those guys, but this guy's sitting at 100, and again, there's nothing to do. Polt is just spamming right now. It's not like he's doing anything really important, just keeping his fingers warmed up. Aventator not bothering with it. So I think that might be our first clue. This is not the guy, Aventator, but nevertheless, again, it's a GM Zerg on the Korean ladder. You cannot be bad at StarCraft if you have those credentials. He is going hatch gas pool here, so nothing too nuts out of him. I know I said that in the last game, and boy, was I wrong about that. There was no hatch at all until that Roach Warren went down from our previous Zerg player, Valhalla, who just, I think he pulled everything he could handle. That was great. So Reaper on the way. Reaper's name is Pleepo the Priest. Once a proud gladiator of the Warcraft universe, Pleepo grew tired of getting dumpstered by the double melee Mongo and decided to enlist in the Reaper program. Now he vents his frustrations by killing hopeless workers in the same manner in which he himself had been so mercilessly slaughtered time and time again. I don't know what double melee Mongo is in the Warcraft reference. Sounds like it's an arena kind of a thing, PvP style, but I didn't play a whole lot of arena when I played, and I don't really play Warcraft anymore anyway, so I was interested in getting into the Warcraft Classic beta, but then somebody told me I had to be subbed to World of Warcraft, the actual thing, and I was like, eh. I'm alright. I can wait till it comes out in August anyway. I'm very excited for it, though. Zerglings, ready to go versus our Reaper Pleepo. And I don't think any drones are going to die here. A Ling might die, but nice job moving the wounded one to the back here. And that drone, my goodness, the drones are being kept alive by these brave Zerglings, of which none have died, and I just jinxed it because that one got picked off. Queen is here. Reaper needs to get on out. Polt's like, I remember when 5Rax Reaper could kill Zergs every single time. Ooh, got the creep tumor though. Nicely done. What is this? Why are my Reapers not as good as they used to be? Well, it's because it was unstoppable. I'm going to be honest with you. I remember one tournament in particular I watched. Again, I don't watch a ton of live StarCraft. I probably should do more, but there was one where it was just like, quick pause, where it was just like every TVZ, every Terran went 5Rax Reaper, and just there was nothing the Zerg could do about it. You went Roaches, they died because they outranged the Roaches. Or the Roaches died because the Reapers outranged the Roaches. Reapers had bonus damage versus buildings, so Spine Crawlers didn't help either. Whew, it was not a good time, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, get out of there. Get out of there, Pleepo. Again, I don't know what Pleepo is a reference to either, but why are there two Overlords over here? Aventator kind of putting his Overlords into a rough spot. Oh, he's got speed. That's why. So he sees it's a Raven. It might be a Banshee, but it is definitely a Raven here. Oh, sorry, my phone just lit up because I have a call coming in, but it says it's a suspected spam caller. So I'm not answering that. I wouldn't answer it anyway because I'm in the middle of a cast here, but it is nice. I've got a Google phone, and it's like, we just have some built-in kind of spam detection for you, so don't answer it. If anybody leaves a message, we'll transcribe it for you. Visual voicemail is totally a thing, and it's been nice. It's really nice. I honestly pay for literally 90 minutes a month. 90. I do not make phone calls, you guys. I think I've come up against it one time in the years I've had this plan because I don't make phone calls. Everything's texting. Everything is like Google Hangouts and Discord. If I want to talk to somebody, there are other ways to do it. Phone's just not really the thing. Hellions cruising on in, ready to rock here. There are some Warlings on the way. Oh, walling off with the Evolution Chamber, and the Queen's trying to hold this area too. This is kind of good. Kind of like this from Aventator. You gonna come in here, Hellions? You got your Reaper buddy in there. Pleepor's ready to go. Yeah, they say. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. But the 4 Queens at this ramp, and then the wall off with the Evolution Chamber is kind of genius. I want to start doing this, just like Aventator is. Especially on this map. Although, what is the current map? Is this still on the current map? Well, I played some games, but not a lot. Tumor's going down. That's what the Raven is 4-man. Creep Tumor's getting absolutely massacred in this game. Are there any left at all? Jeez. According to the Structures tab, there are 9, but how many have gone down? 5? 6? This is really frustrating. It's not like game winning here for Polt, but it is really frustrating for Aventator to have to deal with it. The good news is that he's at 55 workers. Wow. He has fully saturated all 3 bases. He's going for extra gases now. He's getting a Baneling Nest. He's getting another hatchery. He's going for a 4th at 5.5 minutes. These Queens are here to fight against your Hellions. The auto turret is really annoying. Oh, the Hellions are getting inside the house. Get out of there, Hellions. Oh, the Raven. does get picked off there. Auto turret doing some serious damage in the meantime. Drones are getting roasted up here too. The Hellions are just YOLOing it. Some of them might actually escape. That is a huge play. The Raven really making that possible here for Polt to get that damage done. And all the Hellions are going to die, but that's a lot of dead drones there too, guys. That is 21 drones killed. Aventator is down to 50 workers instead of like the 70 he wanted to be at. He is playing fast right now. APM is creeping up here as he is over 400 on the moment. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about here from Aventator. He is just macroing so hard, and if he just kept the queens in position here, the auto turret is, again, the key to getting those Hellions inside, as the queens had to deal with the Raven and the auto turret, and they're kind of out of position a little bit. And then the Hellions dived on in. They all died, obviously, but they took a lot of drones with them, and that did slow down the Zerg advance quite nicely. Now, Aventator, he's not fully saturated. Well, he's still fully saturated on 3 bases. He's throwing up a macro hatch inside his main, which is just beautiful. He's going for Banelings. He's going for a lair. Meanwhile, out in Terranville, got the Great Wall of supply depots, and a double drop is coming in. The Banelings were allowed to wander inside the house. The splits are really good, though, because it's Polt. And some SCVs go down, a total of 7, which hurts, but again, not game-ending damage. Polt doesn't even turn around with his double drop. He unloads them off creep. More Banelings on the way. Centrifugal Hooks is getting started, but it should not be available before the Marines show up. But by golly, Aventator on 4 bases, 3 bases for Polt here. He's almost saturated there too. Terran macro can be pretty good, you guys, especially with them mules. Ling's trying to get that surround, and the Banelings wander in. Nice target firing, killing one of the Banelings before getting back inside that medevac. And Aventator wants to stay on the creep. He runs in. Man, a little bit later would have been better. A little bit earlier would have been better. Once again, Lings die. Not too many Marines die there. Resources lost 2,600 for the Zerg, 1,600 for the Terran Marines and tanks marching around. Another great wall of supply depots here from Polt. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. He has clearly been watching current StarCraft2, and he knows how to do this. Ling run-bys are incredibly annoying. You can shut them down with this kind of stuff. Of course, you do have to lift your wall if the Lings show up, which, Polt, you're going to lift. Okay, it doesn't really help if your wall is down. It's a pro tip from Falcon Paladin. If you wall against Ling run-bys and all your wall is technically up, I mean down, you're going to have a bad time. A lot of these SCVs are getting wrecked here. Polt down and the other way. Marine tank tacking on in towards this 4th base, setting up at siege mode. Marines picking off overlords in the sky. Natural base from Polt is going down here. It's 40 to 73 workers. Aventator has a massive lead economically, but his 4th base ends up going down to these dudes, to these Marines. They have +1/+1. The Banelings do have the upgrades themselves. Oh, Polt's 3rd base is in a huge amount of trouble too. 72 to 41 workers in favor of Aventator. This is not looking good for Polt. I'm just going to say it. Ling's knocking down the Great Wall, protecting that 3rd base. Vikings trying to snipe overlords out of the sky, and he's going to get it. Bam! One more shot, but the Viking ends up getting killed there too. Not paying too much attention to it, unfortunately. Is Aventator going to replant this base? He should. He's got the resources for it. Just long distance mining from it a little bit. So, I mean, what other tech do you have here, Aventator? I know Lingbane Hydra is pretty good to a certain point, but army supply is 75 to 44 right now. Polt has a massive army supply. He knows he has to go. He has to go. This is a one final stand for him. He is down too much in economy to go into the mid game and the late game here versus the Zerg player. Aventator not expanding, going for 20. Okay, now he is expanding. Ling's going for the counterattack, but too many Marines just kind of in defensive positions here, recognizing the threat that there is. They can knock down this wall. At least get one burning. One of those supply depots, 2 of those supply depots are burning down, and they're going to go down here. 2 of these Lings. Don't go in there. That's not a good place to be. But friendly fire splash damage does help there a little bit for the Zerg setup here. They got +2 attack. All right, so these Lings are okay, upgraded-wise. Marines and tanks forcing to cancel on the 4th base here. Ultralisk Cavern on the way from Aventator. Boy, I don't know about this. Ling's coming in the backside, coming on the right side. Baneling's getting some decent hits here. Whoa! Making it happen. Aventator cleans up Polt's advance. Army supply is still, okay, 65 to 42 right now. Ultralisk Cavern, if that finishes, Polt's in a huge amount of trouble. He's invested a lot into these Marines, and they're going to be really obsolete here in just a couple of minutes. Aventator, I'm not sure if he has the gas or the mineral income to make this thing happen. He got a new 4th base. He should probably start taking gas here. He's oversaturated at his new 4th base. Might as well put those guys on extractors more than anything else. Another Ling run by from Aventator. Dude, just get in. Get in. Gonna pick off a tank. Nope. Too many tanks. Too many Marines. That's a lot of dead Zerglings. How many, you ask? Well, 182 have gone down. 55 Marines in the mix here, too. Creep spread actually not bad from Aventator. 2 Ultralisks in production. The Zerglings and the Banelings are going to try to make some connections here. Nice pickup. Bunch of guys die, though. Some do manage to make it home. About 10 of them. Nope, don't unload there. There's too many Zerg still. Polt attacking the north here, too. He is good at the double-pronged harass. Oh, once again, trying to unload, but where there are +2 Lings and Banelings, that's not where you want to unload here. Aventator doing pretty good for himself. Honestly, 2 more Ultralisks on the way to add to the 2 he already has. He's going for chitinous plating. He's picking off these drops all over the place. He's sitting here on 5 bases. He's got 78 to 49 worker lead. His army supply is still down a little bit, but he's got 3 Ultras in production. Once those guys spawn, he should be a little bit closer. And again, Ultras versus Marines, especially with chitinous plating, is not a good show for the Marines at all, especially in a defensive position where the Ultras don't have to worry about kiting. I feel like Polt is going to try to keep the pressure on for that very reason, though. Zerglings could find that small group of Marines on the left side, right side, staying just out of range of this creep, and then marching onto the creep and hoping that Aventator sends everything that way. Then he sneaks on in the backside. Creep Queen does manage to stay alive here. Link's kind of creeping on in a little bit. There's the Ultralisk, and there's the unload. Polt, he's got his Marines, got his tanks coming on in. Zerglings kind of throwing their own lives away a little bit here. You need to attack with the Ultras and with your Banelings too, man. Tell me you have Banelings. You got 3 of them. Oh, no! Aventator! I don't know if he had Banelings in time for this. He's got a Viper, which seems pretty nice. Dude, you can't just lose 2 bases for nothing here, Aventator. He sure does. He sure does. Meanwhile, guess what we're doing? We're dropping in the main base. We're dropping in the natural base. So many drones are getting massacred. 32 have gone down here. Ultralisk shows up to save the day in the main, and by golly, he does. Ling, Bane, Ultra getting some decent hits off here, surrounding the tanks, crushing them. Liberator in the mix. There are 2 Liberators here, but I don't know if it's enough. Another tank goes down. Oh, he keeps unloading in the circle, so the Ultralisks will go in there. This is so disgusting out of Polt. The natural hatchery is dead, though. Drop coming into the main base again to unload on top of these drones. It is 71 to 49 workers. Aventator has the economy, but his army supply is just not enough to deal with this constant Marine pressure, and Polt is your winner. Aventator throws out the GG. Another hatchery has gone down, and Polt is your winner in both games of our sneaky twofer from this guy. Holy smokes. That was a really, really good ZVT. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. That was incredible. Resources lost 17,000 for Aventator, 12,000 for Polt. Just 4 hatcheries went down, 330 Zerglings, 38 drones. Sure, Polt ended up losing 30 Marines, and the Marine tank might have not been enough for him, but he got the Liberators in just in time. Started making those as soon as he saw the first Ultralisk. Recognized he needs something, and by golly, he got something. Upgrades, 3-3 for his dudes. He's always been good at getting his upgrades. Never had any questions about that at all. 4 Queens died. 9 tanks went down. There were a couple victories there for Aventator. Couple battles where he ended up getting the win, but just overall, Polt's macro was too good. Too good. Aventator would win a battle, and then Polt would be up like 40 supply in army. It was just too much. So nicely done by Polt, getting the win against 2 Zerg players. This could be time. We don't know. His APM was 361 throughout the game, which is pretty good. But yeah, nicely done. Just the Marine tank, the consistent dropping that we saw there was dead impressive. Absolutely amazing. So that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.